Have you ever wondered which regrets will hurt the most if your spouse leaves first? It's a question that's tough to face, yet it's one of life's undeniable truths. When we shy away from this reality, we risk leaving behind unspoken words, unresolved issues, and missed moments that can't be reclaimed. In this video, we're diving into 5 powerful regrets many face when their spouse passes first. Regrets born from everyday choices, like the words we don't say or the conversations we avoid. Stay tuned until the end, because understanding these regrets now will not only deepen your appreciation for your marriage today, but also empower you to live with greater love and fewer regrets tomorrow. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video. You can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know, so I can make a better video for you. Now let's get started. Number 1. Not expressing enough love and appreciation. One of the most poignant and enduring regrets that people carry after the loss of a spouse is the realization that they failed to articulate the depth of their love and gratitude often enough. Over the course of a long marriage or partnership, couples often settle into a comfortable rhythm of daily life, preparing meals together, managing household chores, navigating family responsibilities, or discussing practical matters like bills or schedules. In the midst of this routine, it's easy to overlook the importance of pausing to express the simple, heartfelt sentiments that hold immense emotional weight. I love you. You mean the world to me. I'm so grateful for everything you do. Or, you make every day better. These words, though brief, are powerful affirmations of connection, and their absence can create a profound void that becomes achingly clear only after a partner is gone, leaving behind a longing that can never be fulfilled. The assumption that a spouse inherently knows how deeply they are loved is a common but costly mistake. After years together, many people think, they know I care, why do I need to keep saying it? However, psychological research consistently emphasizes the transformative power of verbal affirmations in relationships. Studies in positive psychology, such as those by Dr. John Gottman, a renowned relationship expert, demonstrate that regular expressions of gratitude and affection strengthen emotional bonds, reduce insecurities, and foster a deeper sense of intimacy and trust. Words are not merely sounds. They are tangible evidence of love, a way to make the invisible feelings of the heart visible and undeniable. When these affirmations are left unsaid, even if love was deeply felt, their absence can leave a lingering ache in the heart of the surviving spouse, a haunting question that echoes through their grief. Did they truly know how much I cherish them? This uncertainty can persist for years, compounding the pain of loss with the weight of regret. Consider the story of Robert, an 81-year-old widower who lost his wife, Margaret, after 55 years of marriage. In the quiet, lonely nights following her passing, Robert found himself tormented not by the occasional disagreements they'd had over the years, but by the countless moments he failed to acknowledge her small, everyday acts of care. He vividly recalled how Margaret would rise early each morning to brew his coffee just the way he liked it, with a splash of cream and a single sugar cube, or how she would carefully fold his favorite wool blanket at the foot of their bed each evening, ensuring it was ready for him to cozy up with during their quiet moments together. These gestures, though seemingly minor, were the threads that wove the fabric of their shared life, and Robert now realized how rarely he had paused to thank her or tell her how much those acts meant to him. I thought she knew how much I appreciated her, he shared tearfully in a grief support group. But now I lie awake at night wishing I'd told her every single day how much her love and care meant to me. I'd give anything to say it just one more time. This regret carries a profound lesson. Love must be actively and consistently expressed, not passively assumed. Taking a moment to voice gratitude for a kind gesture, to hold your partner's hand a little longer, or to share a sincere compliment is not just a gift to them, it's a safeguard for your own heart against the sting of future regret. These small acts of verbal and physical affirmation create a reservoir of emotional warmth, a collection of memories that can provide solace and comfort in the face of loss. By choosing to express love today, whether through a heartfelt thank you, a warm embrace, or a quiet moment of appreciation, you build a legacy of connection that ensures neither you nor your partner is left wondering about the depth of your bond. Love expressed today becomes the emotional anchor that sustains you tomorrow, a reminder that your feelings were shared, celebrated, and never left to chance. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Number 2. Avoiding difficult conversations. Another deeply felt regret that burdens those who lose a spouse is the failure to engage in challenging but necessary conversations during their time together. Topics such as end-of-life wishes, financial planning, healthcare directives, or even practical matters like how household responsibilities will be managed if one partner is no longer present are often avoided out of a desire to protect each other from discomfort or pain. It's an instinct to sidestep these discussions. No one wants to dwell on the fragility of life or confront the reality that a shared future is not guaranteed. Yet, this avoidance, though often rooted in love and a desire to preserve harmony, can leave the surviving spouse grappling with overwhelming uncertainty, forced to make critical decisions alone during a time of profound grief. Psychologically, avoidance is a common coping mechanism, driven by the discomfort of facing mortality or the fear of upsetting a loved one. However, research on grief and bereavement, including studies from the American Psychological Association, highlights that couples who openly discuss practical and emotional matters, such as funeral preferences, estate planning, or medical wishes, experience significantly less stress and guilt after a loss. These conversations provide clarity, reduce ambiguity, and foster a shared sense of purpose, allowing both partners to feel confident that their values and wishes will be honored. When these discussions are postponed or avoided entirely, the surviving spouse is often left navigating a maze of unknowns. What kind of memorial would they have wanted? Where are the insurance policies or financial documents? Am I making the right choices? These unanswered questions can intensify the pain of grief, adding layers of guilt, doubt, and even self-blame to an already devastating loss. Take the example of Elaine, a 78-year-old widow whose husband, Thomas, passed away suddenly after a heart attack. In the weeks and months following his death, Elaine found herself not only mourning the loss of her partner of 50 years but also overwhelmed by the practical realities of managing their life alone. She had no idea where Thomas kept their life insurance policies, which bills were on autopay, or even what kind of memorial service he would have preferred. "We always said we'd sit down and talk about those things later," Elaine confided to her daughter, her voice heavy with regret. "We didn't want to think about a time when one of us wouldn't be here. But now I'm left guessing, and every decision feels like it might be the wrong one." The process of choosing between burial and cremation, sorting through financial documents, and managing their shared responsibilities felt like guesswork, and Elaine carried a persistent fear that she might be failing to honor Thomas's wishes. This burden lingered long after the initial wave of grief, a constant reminder of the conversations they never had. The lesson here is clear. Love is not only about sharing moments of joy and comfort but also about preparing for life's inevitable challenges together. By initiating these difficult discussions, whether about end-of-life preferences, financial responsibilities, or practical plans for the future, you offer your spouse the gift of peace, knowing their wishes will be respected, and you give yourself the gift of certainty when the time comes to act on those wishes. These conversations don't have to be morbid or heavy-handed. They can be approached with care, sensitivity, and even humor, framed as an act of love and mutual respect. For example, discussing funeral preferences over a quiet dinner or reviewing financial documents together on a weekend afternoon can strengthen your partnership while ensuring you're both prepared for the future. Facing these uncomfortable topics now spares you the far greater pain of regret, confusion, and self-doubt later. Number 3. Taking shared experiences for granted. One of the most heart-wrenching regrets that surfaces after the loss of a spouse is the realization that so many ordinary moments could have been transformed into cherished memories but were overlooked in the busyness and routine of daily life. After years of marriage, the rhythm of shared routines, eating dinner at the same kitchen table, running errands together on weekends, or spending evenings watching a favorite show, can begin to feel mundane, almost invisible in their familiarity. In the comfort of this predictability, it's easy to forget how fragile and temporary these moments truly are. When a spouse passes, those seemingly ordinary days suddenly take on an extraordinary glow, and the missed opportunities to create more meaningful experiences weigh heavily on the heart, leaving a lingering sense of what could have been. This regret is rooted in a psychological phenomenon known as hedonic adaptation, where humans quickly grow accustomed to the comforts and routines of their lives, assuming they will always be there. We tell ourselves there will always be another day for that special trip, another evening for a heartfelt conversation, or another weekend to take a leisurely walk in the park. This sense of endless time, however, is an illusion. When a spouse is gone, it's not the grand vacations, extravagant anniversaries, or major milestones that we miss most. It's the small, everyday moments that we fail to fully embrace. The regret stems from the painful realization that joy was within reach, available in the simplicity of daily life, but was overlooked in the assumption that there would always be more time to make memories. Consider the story of Carol, a 74-year-old widow who lost her husband, James, to cancer after 45 years of marriage. In the years following his death, Carol found herself reflecting on how they had always planned to create more shared experiences later, to travel more extensively once they both retired fully, to spend uninterrupted quality time together once their home renovations were complete, or to take those long-promised walks along the beach they both loved. But James's illness came before retirement, and the house projects remained unfinished, a constant reminder of their unfulfilled plans. Now, Carol finds herself treasuring old photos of their simple Sunday breakfasts. Moments when they'd sit together at the kitchen table, sipping coffee, sharing stories, and laughing over small, silly things. "Those mornings were so ordinary at the time," she said, her eyes welling with tears. "But now they're the moments I hold on to most. I wish I'd realized how precious they were and made more of them on purpose, instead of always waiting for the right time." This regret teaches us a vital truth. Love is lived in the present, not in the vague promises of someday. Choosing to pause for a shared laugh, to plan a spontaneous outing, or to set aside distractions for a quiet evening together isn't just about enjoying the moment. It's about building a treasury of memories that will sustain you through loss. These intentional acts of connection, no matter how small, become priceless when one partner is no longer there. For example, taking a short drive to watch a sunset, cooking a favorite meal together, or simply sitting side by side to share stories from your day can transform ordinary moments into extraordinary memories. These experiences are not luxuries. They are the emotional anchors that carry us through grief, reminding us of the love we shared and the life we built together. By prioritizing shared experiences today, by choosing to live fully in the moment with your partner, you ensure that your heart is filled with a wealth of memories to cherish tomorrow, a legacy of love that endures beyond loss. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Number 4. Neglecting personal independence and identity. One of the most poignant regrets that often emerges in the wake of a spouse's passing is the realization that personal independence and individual identity were sidelined during the marriage. In long-term relationships, it's natural for partners to weave their lives tightly together, relying on each other for companionship, emotional support, decision-making, and even a sense of purpose in daily routines. This deep interdependence can feel like a beautiful expression of love and commitment, fostering a sense of unity that strengthens the bond. However, when one spouse passes away, the surviving partner may find themselves not only grieving the loss of their loved one but also confronting a profound sense of disorientation. They may struggle to answer the question, "Who am I without them?" A question that reveals how much of their own identity was subsumed by the partnership. This loss of personal independence can amplify the weight of grief, transforming the mourning process into a dual loss: the absence of the partner and the erosion of the surviving spouse's sense of self. Psychologically, this regret often stems from an imbalance in the relationship dynamic. A healthy marriage thrives on a delicate interplay between togetherness and individuality, where both partners support each other while also maintaining their own unique identities. When this balance tips too heavily toward dependency, the surviving spouse may feel as though the very foundation of their life has been swept away. They may discover too late that they neglected to nurture their own interests, friendships, or personal growth, leaving them ill-equipped to navigate life alone. Consider the story of James, an 80-year-old widower who had been married to his wife, Margaret, for nearly 60 years. Throughout their marriage, Margaret took on the role of the social architect, orchestrating their connections with family, friends, and the broader community. She planned holiday gatherings, organized dinners with neighbors, and kept in touch with distant relatives. James, content in his role as her supportive partner, never felt the need to cultivate his own social network or pursue independent relationships. He relied on Margaret's warmth and initiative to sustain their shared social life. When Margaret passed away unexpectedly from a sudden illness, James was left grappling not only with her absence but also with a profound sense of isolation. He confided in a grief counselor that he didn't know how to reach out to others or maintain those connections without Margaret's guidance. He had no personal hobbies to fall back on, no close friends to lean on, and no sense of how to fill his days. His grief was compounded by a deep regret that he had not built his own independent network or nurtured his own identity while he had the chance. James's story illustrates a critical truth. maintaining personal independence is not an act of selfishness but a vital component of a resilient and fulfilling life. By cultivating individual interests, whether through hobbies like painting, gardening, or volunteering, or through professional pursuits and personal passions, spouses enrich both their own lives and their marriage. Independent friendships provide emotional outlets, diverse perspectives, and a support system that can endure beyond the partnership. Personal growth, through learning new skills or exploring new ideas, keeps each partner vibrant and engaged, bringing fresh energy to the relationship. Moreover, fostering independence prepares both spouses for life's unpredictability, including the possibility that one may outlive the other. By nurturing their own identity alongside their shared love, partners gift each other, and themselves, the strength to face the future with resilience. To avoid this regret, couples can take intentional steps to maintain their individuality. This might mean setting aside time for personal hobbies, scheduling regular catch-ups with friends, or pursuing goals that are uniquely their own. For example, joining a book club, taking a class, or volunteering for a cause you care about can help sustain a sense of self. These actions don't diminish the love or commitment in a marriage. Rather, they enhance it by fostering a partnership between two whole, dynamic individuals. Number 5. Failing to repair conflicts or let go of grudges. Another deeply painful regret that often lingers after the loss of a spouse is the failure to resolve conflicts or let go of grudges during the marriage. Every relationship, no matter how loving or harmonious, experiences moments of disagreement, frustration, or hurt. These conflicts, whether over finances, household responsibilities, parenting decisions, or differing values, are a natural part of sharing a life with another person. However, when these wounds are left unaddressed or grudges are allowed to fester, they can become a lasting source of sorrow after a spouse's passing. The finality of death leaves no opportunity for apologies, forgiveness, or reconciliation, turning minor disputes into enduring regrets that haunt the surviving spouse. Psychologically, holding on to conflict often feels justified in the heat of the moment. We may tell ourselves that the issue will resolve itself with time, that we'll address it later, or that the disagreement isn't worth revisiting. But when later is cut short by loss, the weight of those unresolved moments becomes a sharp and unrelenting burden. Survivors often reflect on arguments that, in hindsight, seem trivial. Disputes over forgotten chores, financial decisions, or miscommunications. What stings most is not the conflict itself but the missed opportunity to make peace, to say, "I'm sorry," or to express love instead of frustration. The realization that the last interaction with a spouse was marked by tension rather than affection can deepen the pain of grief, leaving a lingering ache that cannot be resolved. Consider the story of Anne, a 77-year-old widow who shared a poignant example of this regret. Anne and her husband, Robert, had a strong marriage built on decades of shared memories and mutual care. Like any couple, they had their share of disagreements, but most were resolved through open communication. However, their final conversation, just days before Robert's sudden death from a heart attack, was an argument over a misplaced utility bill. In the moment, the issue felt significant, and was frustrated by what she saw as Robert's carelessness, and he was irritated by her reaction. Neither expected that this would be their last interaction. After Robert's passing, Anne was consumed by regret. The bill, she later realized, was utterly inconsequential. What mattered was the love she wished she had expressed instead of anger. She longed for one more moment to say, "I love you," or to share a kind word, but that chance was gone forever. Her grief was compounded by the weight of that final, unresolved conflict, which became one of her greatest sorrows. Anne's experience underscores a vital lesson. Reconciliation is a daily practice that requires intention and humility. Letting go of grudges or addressing conflicts doesn't mean erasing the past or ignoring valid concerns. Instead, it's about choosing to prioritize love, understanding, and connection over pride or resentment. This might involve having an honest conversation to clear the air, offering a sincere apology, or simply agreeing to disagree while reaffirming your commitment to each other. By addressing conflicts promptly, spouses ensure that their relationship remains grounded in mutual respect and care. This practice not only strengthens the marriage in the present but also protects against the pain of regret in the future. When love and forgiveness define the relationship, the last memory shared becomes a source of comfort rather than sorrow. As we wrap up, take a moment to reflect on the 5 regrets we've explored together. Not expressing enough love and appreciation, avoiding difficult conversations, taking shared experiences for granted, neglecting personal independence and identity, and failing to repair conflicts or let go of grudges. These insights remind us that while loss is inevitable, regret doesn't have to be. By choosing to love more openly, prepare wisely, savor the simple moments, nurture your own spirit, and make peace where it's needed, you can strengthen your bond and carry comfort into the future. What have you learned from these lessons so far? Please share one thing you've taken away from this video and how you plan to bring it into practice in your life. Leave your comment below. If you like this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching, and we can't wait to see you in the next video.